The sun beat down mercilessly on the valleys of the Jordan. Sodom, Gomorrah, and their sister cities gleamed with wealth, but their kings' hearts were hardened. Smoke spiraled into the sky from the forges, marketplaces buzzed with chatter, and in the distance, armies were preparing for war. Imagine the tension: spies whispering reports, children playing unaware, merchants arguing over trade deals, all under the looming shadow of impending conflict. Then came news. A coalition of 4 northern kings, fierce and ruthless, marched to subdue the cities of the plain. The cries of war reached Abram's ears. Lot had been taken captive. Abram's heart raced. The weight of responsibility pressed on him. My nephew, my family, they are in their hands. Abram moved quickly. He counted his trained men, 318 skilled warriors born in his household. Families whispered farewells as they mounted their camels, swords and spears glinting in the dawn light. The night would be their ally, darkness their shield. Imagine the tension as the caravan winds through rugged hills. Camels grunting under heavy loads. Servants whispering doubts. What if we fail? Abram praying silently, hands raised toward heaven. Lord, guide my steps. Protect the innocent. Give me wisdom to lead. By the time the first stars appeared, Abram's force moved like shadows over the plains. Enemy scouts murmured warnings, fires flickered on distant hills, and Abram's heart beat with courage, not fear. Dawn breaks. The enemy camp spreads out in a valley below. Abram surveys. Thousands of soldiers, chariots, and archers. He draws a deep breath and gives the command. Strike now. The battle erupts. Swords clash, dust rises, war cries echo. Abram's warriors move with precision and courage, like a thunderstorm descending on the unsuspecting kings. Arrows fly, shields crash, and chaos reigns. Every step is dangerous, every moment uncertain. Abram pushes forward, thinking of Lot, his family, the innocent caught in Sodom. The tension is palpable. Will they survive? Will Abram's strategy succeed? After hours of chaos, Abram's forces triumph. Lot and his family are freed. Prisoners stagger out, treasures recovered, and the battlefield falls silent, save for Abram's exhausted breath and the whispers of victory. As Abram returns, he meets Melchizedek, king of Salem and priest of God Most High. Imagine the scene. Melchizedek emerges from the shadows, carrying bread and wine, his presence serene and commanding. Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, he proclaims, Genesis 14 verse 19. Praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand. Abram kneels, humbling himself before God's priest. He gives 1/10 of all the spoils, not for recognition, but as an act of worship. Bread and wine, a symbol of sustenance and covenant, remind Abram that victory is from God alone. The king of Sodom arrives, offering treasures to reward Abram. A moment of tension. Abram gazes at the glittering wealth, his mind racing. He remembers the mission, the lives at stake, and the promise of God. I will not take a thread or the strap of a sandal, he says firmly, Genesis 14 verse 23. I will accept nothing so that you will not say, I made Abram rich. Abram's faith is uncompromising. His decision shows moral courage and absolute trust in God's provision. Lessons. Faith requires action. Abram risked everything to rescue Lot. Obedience and humility honor God. Giving the tithe to Melchizedek demonstrates God-centered priorities. Trust God, not wealth. Refusing Sodom's treasures shows that God's provision surpasses earthly rewards. Courage in impossible situations. God strengthens those who act in faith, even against overwhelming odds.